2, 3, 4.
Lately I've been thinking, I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. Comes and see what you become. In the cold light of day when you're flipping like a cloud you become. Every argument goes, every word we can take back. After all that has happened, I think that we go away so ends. Then only for a minute, I want to change my mind, but this just don't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately I've been thinking, I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. Everything falls, and I'm left there with my thoughts, and the image of you being with someone else that's eating up the inside. But we left our homes, every time that we were okay. Now if we jump together, at least we can spend our work on the best we then only for a minute, I want to change my mind, but this just don't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately I've been thinking, I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. So I'll go, I will go. So I will go. Lately I've been thinking, I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. Even though I might not like this, I think that you'll be happier, I want you to be happier. Then only for a minute, I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately I've been thinking, I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. So I'll go, I will go. So I'll go, I will go. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about our competitions, quarterfinals and semis. So just to start off, of course, you have to put like a lot of work into this because it's a big competition. So in addition to all of our little rehearsals Wednesday mornings, Thursdays after school, we would have boot camps like a week or two before the competition. We would rehearse literally everything. I think we learned the entire Little Top song in that Sunday before the quarterfinal ICHSA competition. We also learn all of our choreography. We do a lot of bonding activities and we have food, mostly pizza. But I mean, yeah, it's a pretty important part to the competition.
And so then once you're actually at ICHSA, you have 8 hours to kill. So what we do is we'll all carpool up to the event. So for the semifinals, it was at like some weird high school. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know. So we were pretty much cooped up in a random classroom all day. Probably was, I think it was an English classroom this year. But we pretty much just like chill there. We obviously practice. We get food. I think it was Panera, both years. And we do song swaps, which is pretty much like two groups will like perform songs for each other and then like give themselves like criticisms. It's pretty fun. And you just get to like know a lot of good people. You get to know the group better, but mostly you get to branch out a little bit. And you get to meet some really, really like interesting and amazing people. And it's one of my favorite things in the world.
Okay, so actually performing, that's arguably the most fun part of a cappella, obviously. To me, it's exhilarating, it's breathtaking, it's exhausting, and it bonds us better than anything else. Seriously, you guys see us while we're performing, obviously, but you should see us after we're done, because I see more smiles and laughs and hugs than I do anywhere else after performance is over.
So performing is awesome when you're with your closest friends. However, we are even better when we have some of the best of the best. Awards this year were handed out at both ICHSA quarterfinals and semifinals. At our quarterfinals, our fellow members Barb and Bobby won awards. Barb won Best Soloist. Bobby won Best Arrangement at both quarterfinals and semifinals. In the whole history of the competitions, we are the only student-led group to go as far as we did. So, just quick, I want to say on behalf of the group, thank you to Emma and Macy for all that they did and the great leadership it took to get us there. I have a senior shirt. For those of you who don't know, I'm Brady, and I'm going to be doing Josh's senior speech. The second day of school my freshman year was the day I met Josh. It was the first day that our friendship began. It's crazy to think now that our road together, performing together, is coming to an end. It seems like only yesterday I was walking through those choir room doors trying to make friends and us immediately having a friendly connection. At first I knew you as the kid in the tenor section who claimed himself as a skilled fisherman with a secret fishing spot. I thought I had gotten to know you pretty well, but I was so wrong. I still remember last year around the start of second semester, I found out you were a junior and not a senior. I didn't really believe you and I was honestly in denial of that for like 3 to 4 weeks, but it ended up being true and I'm really thankful that it was. If you were a senior last year like I thought and would have graduated, we wouldn't have been able to make the memories we did this year. Whether it was the car jams we had on the road to a performance screaming Kalia lyrics that weren't even correct, or the long bro hug we had after qualifying for semis on stage, I don't honestly think we could have had better times. I'm glad that I was able to be a part of your year in acapella with you as not only a singer, a tenor, but also as one of my closest friends. You've truly made a bigger impact on me musically and as a person than you think. You allowed me to match your bright personality and be myself around you. Josh, I will truly miss being around you on a daily basis. I want you to know and never forget that you will always have a friend in me. I know you're going to do great things in life. Josh is going to go to WCTC and study to be an electrician, and I hope everything in life turns out how you want it to be, because you truly deserve it. You are one of the nicest people I've ever met and a very hard worker. I hope you're still able to remain in touch while you're off in the real world. Love you, my man, and best of wishes in the future.